And we have another big heat hitting the lineup. Kai Otton, the veteran, his 10th year on the championship tour, will be out there surfing against one of the most exciting rookies of 2016, Connor Coffin. Kai will be in the red jersey, Connor will be in the blue. And everyone pretty excited to see what this kid is going to bring to this second round battle. We know what Kai's going to bring. A lot of fight, a lot of mongrel, and he is fired up. So I think Kai's kind of reaching that point in his career too, Ross, where he's starting to think about what might be beyond pro surfing. But here we go, Connor getting started early. And this little wave lining up through to the inside. This is a kid that has grown up surfing one of the best right-hand points on the planet. And that is showing in that turn. And he is still hammering down the line. So getting a lot of work done, some nice variation, would love a strong finish, and he gets it. So under nerves, a huge crowd to perform in front of. Connor Coffin gets a great start in this second round clash.
Yeah, that was a very confident start there for Connor. You know, I think Connor's one of those rookies that really has that feel that Italo had last year, you know, especially after a handful of events when we saw that Italo was a wrecking ball. But, you know, he has that goal that he mentioned in that piece we saw earlier. He wants to be Rookie of the Year. He's going to be right there. He is just so talented, very well-rounded, and has a beautiful baseline of surfing. This guy, his carve game is right up there with the best in the world. And as you mentioned, Ron, he grew up in Santa Barbara on those point breaks, so he's comfortable at linking together 5, 6, 7 turns. He knows how to stay in rhythm with the wave, and that snap right there, that's what I like about Connor. As soon as you just try to pin him with only being a great carver, he will spice it up a little bit. He's great at releasing the fins when he has to. He kind of serves up the right maneuver for the right section.
And here's Kai Otton's first wave. It was a shorter ride, but Kai, he loves these opportunities to be tested by talented young guns. But that ride isn't going to score big. It just faded away. But Kai's back out there at the takeoff zone, so he's going to have first priority. But then he has just that unpredictability and that raw power that Dane possesses. But he also has a heat with one of the toughest competitors on the CT. And Kai Otton has a mean backhand, an underrated backhand. And if he finds a couple of steep sections here, he'll show us just what I'm talking about. This one's starting to flatten out, but he might just get a little bonus on the inside here. Standing on the tail, waiting for this wave to grow. And not much doing at the moment, but Kai, always the competitor, still able to generate some points out of that small wall.
Really did. Stayed busy. I think this is an interesting battle.
76 kilos. He just welcomed his second child to the world just a couple of weeks back, and his partner Sarah. Big shout out to Sarah, and their new little girl Clover also has a little boy called Oscar, and he is supercharged for 2016.
As you mentioned, you know, he is just a scrappy competitor. So smart too. Always makes the right decisions in heats. Never fumbles priority, and he definitely leans on that backhand. Very comfortable surfing a vertical backhand snap. He's great at it. This wave, though, a lot of soup and whitewash and flat through that middle section. The judges aren't going to like that. But he did get 1 or 2 more little sections before that wave finished by the jet ski. So it's just going to be an okay score for Kai.
I think a couple of looks at Connor's first ride. A 7-point ride for Connor Coffin. We're waiting on scores to come through for Kai on his last wave. It's just under 19.5 minutes to go. Scores in for Kai Otton on his previous ride of 4.83. So he's in second spot, needing a 4.51 to overtake Connor Coffin. And Kai takes a look at one there. Well, I mentioned that Kai welcomed a daughter to the world just a couple of weeks back. What a steely performance on his first ride, a 7. That is so impressive. Just shut out the nerves. And I've got to say, all the rookies have been really strong so far in this second round. No one progressed directly through to round 3. But it's good to see some inspired performances here. And there is a big opening turn from Connor. There's that combination of style and flow and a little bit of unpredictability in that first maneuver. And it's just exciting to watch. He's got to make up some ground here. And it was a tricky read on that foam climb. But at the moment, there's a lot of positive signs. A strong start. Of course, the ultimate goal is to tap into a wave that has a really steep wall. But it always impresses me when someone can turn flatter water into something impressive. And that's by no means a steep section. And that move was the start of a ride which could have gone into the excellent range had he completed it down the line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the judges absolutely love it when you impress them right from the get-go. That just means that you're not surfing conservative. You're willing to commit to that first turn.
And it was Matt Wilkinson destroying his opposition in that battle with a heat score total of 17. We'll get to that in a moment as Kai Otton looks to swing. He's found a pretty decent wall to tap into. There's a nice opening manoeuvre. Climbing vertically, unleashing a lot of water, but he trips up and that wave got away from him. 14 minutes remaining and he put a 4.3 up on his last ride. That was basically for that one big turn, that opening manoeuvre. So Kai Otton now needing a 6.48. The man that's been right there with him for a long time now is Brad Gerlach, and he's had a major influence and really made Connor focus on perfecting his rail game. And it's working out well for him. Here he goes, this wave ridden during the break.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of influence there. And, you know, Brad, we all know him as being such a stylish guru, but he was an amazing competitor. Obviously, he finished runner-up one year on the World Tour. He knows how to win a heat. So, for sure, to have someone like that with all that knowledge in your corner is going to help you a lot. And this is a solid backup score for Connor.
Well, here goes Kai Otton now. This is live action. He's going to kick out of this wave. So prior to Connor's last ride, he was after a 6.48. And we have the feeling in the booth here that Connor maybe has pushed that requirement a little higher.
They'll refuse the ski and paddle that with their way back out, because you never know when one of those wide waves will swing your way.
Well, Connor is scratching into one at the moment, but Kai has priority and he's going to take this ride. Let's see if it was a good decision from Kai, using priority on this one. The wave is standing up, unloading a lot of power, surfing with plenty of speed. And there is a big fin drift, that strong backhand we've been talking about. Just give Kai an opportunity and he'll chase down a big lead. But Connor is up once again, chasing him down the line. And he's trying to get to the open face now. Still has some flow and speed as he makes his way through to the inside. And he might have found a nice little link here as he drives off the bottom and ditches the fins, but loses control there.
Frustrating finish there for Connor, but you know, there wasn't a ton of scoring potential on that wave, so just a little bit of a waste of time for him, but he should get back out there.
He loves the fight. In fact, I'd say that Kai is probably one of the best comeback surfers on the championship tour.
Yeah, we keep saying it time and time again. It's because it's true. He's got a lot of fight in him. Beautiful carve there from Connor Coffin. So that opening mover, we're talking about how, you know, you can really grab the judge's attention. He got that part done, but it was a frustrating finish for Connor. So this wave just kind of halted his speed. He wiped it off right here, a little kick stall. So he might have wiped off just a little too much speed. He went for the little tail kick there. Didn't have enough momentum to ride back out in front of it, so I don't think that's going to drop into his top two. This next turn right here, watch the tail block. Boom, out the back. That is a big time move. That should be a huge score.
Well, just under 6 minutes to go, and we're waiting on the scores to come through for Otton, and they have just dropped an 8.33. And he is back in this heat, but still in second place at this point in time, chasing a 4.84 to get into the lead. We'll see if he can track down that number. That first wave was a burger. It just fattened up, and Kai's now having a have a look at this one with 15 seconds to go. He's got to get into it. A lot of foam on the face.
Kidding me.
And a crucial error, but really there was nothing else he could do. With 10 seconds remaining, he had to have a go at that wave. And I don't know if he would have been able to turn that wave into a 5. Even though these guys can do that with an individual maneuver, that thing had no wall.
It's brutal, though. I mean, he doesn't know that right now, so he is steaming. Right now, his brain is scrambled eggs.
You almost want to go into the beach announcer and say, can you just let Kai know that that wave had nothing on it. But Kai fought back as we knew he would. He had an 8.33, the highest single ride of the heat. But that is a huge result for Connor Coffin, a 7-point ride and a 6.33, and we are seeing another CT rookie move on through to round 3 here at the Quiksilver Pro.